Joining me now is founder and CEO of the Association for Mature Americans, Daniel Weber. Daniel, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having AMAC here. Appreciate it.
Now, you're a CEO yourself. Senator Warren is promising benefits to Social Security recipients equal to that of a big company CEO. Can you explain to us the practical provisions of exactly what Senator Warren is proposing?
Yeah, it's irresponsible, and unfortunately, it's playing, again, politics with Social Security, something the left seems to always want to do. Our members are irate. We need to have an increase. We have an actual realistic bill that we're pushing to give a 1% COLA increase, and it'll be a one-time 1% increase, and that has a good chance of passing. Congressman Frank Ginter is ready to drop the bill. We're just looking for some Democrat co-sponsors.
No, in your opinion, how would Senator Warren pay for her bill? How does she plan to do that?
Well, again, she said she'll close some of the loopholes for the rich, but I haven't been able to identify which loopholes she's talking about. But that's kind of, again, playing politics. And our members say, hey, stop that. We have serious problems with Social Security. In 13 years, Social Security goes off a cliff. If we don't do something now, it's going to be harsh. And by harsh, 25% cut in benefits in 13 years unless we act now. AMAC, our organization, is ready to act now. But this year we need to fix a one-year fix at least. I agree with the Senator on the fact that seniors should have gotten an increase. They should have. Gasoline went down, but so did medical costs went up and food went up. Bread went up 50%, and seniors eat bread.
Right. Let's talk about her premise a little bit. Senator Warren says that government has not taken into account inflation properly, and that's why there's the issue that there is. Now, in your opinion, is government miscalculating the rate of inflation compared to these benefits?
Well, in a way, government can do whatever they want to with the numbers. Unfortunately, we all know that. They try to be fair, but the gasoline costs went down so much, it skewed the numbers. And what we feel, AMAC says, well, we've got to adjust that. We need a one-time fix. But more importantly, we need to guarantee Social Security for the next 80 years. We have a plan that'll do that. We had 6 meetings today with congressional officers to try to drum up support for it. And we met with both Republicans and Democrats. And I think we're going to make headway.
Can you tell us a little bit about your plan, maybe the 2 or 3 main tenets of your plan that you think will work best for senior citizens?
Sure. First of all, people don't get enough money from Social Security. So the poor people, those who earn less than $20,000, we'd like to see them get a 3% increase every year. Middle income get an increase of at least 1.5%. Upper income, those earning over $50,000, get a minimum increase of 1%. And the way we do it is we set back the age for older Americans. People are living longer. You know, in 1935, the life expectancy was 65. Today, it's closer to 85. So we'll set the age back from 67 to 69. And we want to add an ERA, a supplement to Social Security, so people can have a lot more money, between $250,000 and $500,000 more.
Now, this makes a lot of sense. So where do you expect the pushback to be from Democrats? Which provisions exactly do you expect to run into a problem?
Well, they'll like the idea of giving more money to poor people, and that's something that even conservative Republicans are strongly in favor of. They might be wanting to push back on the upper age. They may say, oh, we can't do that. But let's be realistic. People are living longer. We tested our members, we polled our members, and they said, sure, we know we're living a lot longer than we were. So it makes common sense.
Is that an aspect that the American people, is that an aspect that the American people support, that they wouldn't mind it being pushed back 1 or 2 years from 67 to 69?
Yeah, we've had no real objection from our members. What they want, though, is to get an annual increase guaranteed every year. They also want an opportunity to earn more money in Social Security. And the way we do that, we add a voluntary ERA, which is like a payroll deduction IRA. We add it right to Social Security, and then everybody will get more money. It's common sense.
And that's within your bill, and that's where you expect some pushback. That's very interesting. Let's move on just a little bit. In the most recent congressional budget resolution, 2 popular Social Security filing strategies were eliminated. Now, can you tell the viewers a little bit about, first, the file and suspend, and then the restricted application and what that means?
Yeah, there were two techniques that some people used for Social Security to maximize their benefits. They basically took advantage of some provisions in the law to maximize the amount of money they would collect. Now, some people say that's a gimmick. We feel it's no big deal. A lot of people will not receive as much money. But overall, we've got to have people with enough courage to say we've got to start making Social Security work. So if eliminating some of these gimmicks that enabled some wealthier people to collect more money, if that's part of the deal, we've got to do it. Let's do what's best for most Americans.
Right. Now, critics would say that eliminates important things. And I just want to clarify with you. So that takes away from the wealthiest people who aren't relying on those Social Security benefits for their living. That takes it away from them and not from people who do rely on that. Is that correct?
Yeah, right, exactly. See, what happens, the poor people, when they become eligible for Social Security, they have no choice. They got to collect. They need the money. So it's the folks that are taking advantage of those two techniques. They don't need the money right away. They have a higher income. They have other assets. So the fact that the Congress had enough courage to say, well, let's streamline Social Security. You know, why should you have to have an expert counselor or consultant to tell you about these almost secret provisions that most Americans didn't know about? So we say, fine, eliminate some of that stuff and let's raise everybody's benefit.
Now, will this elimination cause any senior citizens to have to rethink their retirement plans, in your opinion?
Well, they've given a 6-month period for people who already plan to use those techniques to go ahead and use them. And only people born after 1954 will now be affected. So people who are on it already, they're not going to be affected. And people have 6 months. If they're close to that age, they still have 6 months to use either one of the gimmicks.
So it shouldn't affect them in the overall scheme of things, even if it does in the short term. Now, we're almost out of time, but I want to ask your opinion on one more thing. Have any of the 2016 presidential candidates, Republican or Democrat, have any of them presented any plans that you think will address the Social Security issue in a way that balances concerns from both sides of the aisle?
Both Cruz and Rubio have put in plans. We are not favorable with either one of them. We think both of them need improvements. But again, we compliment both of those folks. Where Christie put in a way to fix Social Security by cutting some of the benefits, we don't go along with that. That's wrong.
All right, Daniel, I appreciate you coming on the program tonight. It was great to talk to you.